Hi, I'm just making a small video of these flowers I created of the Tattered Florals from Tim Holtz, new ultra-rotation dies. And I use his hinges, well, they're hitch and fasteners. They look like screws on one screwdriver. It looks like a screw on one side and a little ball on the other. So I thought, how cute would that be in the little tattered florals? And I'm going to hook a little charm hanging off that. So I just wanted to show you real quick how I created these. And this one is in the turquoise blue glimmer Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, and also this one is the sunflower out of the Glimmer Mist, and I really love the sunflower. And then I took, the blending Tim Holtz blending tool with vintage photo and inked the edges. Now, what I started with was just a plain piece of chipboard, just plain chipboard. You can get anywheres, and I used the Tattered Florals die alterations, and this is how it came. And then you take it out, and it's a nice foam die cut, and you can run it through a Sizzix or a Cuttlebug. And I already did that ahead of time. And when you take it out, for the die cut, you only need your 2 B plates. But I took the flowers one step further from just the die cut to an embossed texture on top of the flower. So I used Tim Holtz Sizzix embossing folders, and it's just amazing how this came about. It wasn't by accident. I came up with it just plain, and I just love the way it looks. This is how it looks plain, and it's really pretty that way. Be pretty painted or crackled. Crackled would be pretty. So I'll show you what I did next. I took the flowers, the florals. Make sure you get the right side up so you can spray. And I took just a plain box. You can use anything. Sometimes I just glimmer it on here, but when I'm doing multiple layers, I just do the box. It's just easier. Now, when I was making these flowers, I let them dry natural, but for this I'm going to go ahead and heat set them just with the heat tool. You only take a couple seconds, and I'll be right back. Here they are, somewhat dry. They're almost dry. Real quick. Another shot. Alright. So my Glimmer Mist is still a little wet in here, but it's alright. And they might be still a little wet to the touch, but I'm okay with that. Glimmer Mist doesn't take long to dry. And then, before I go on to my next step, in order to get this vintage look of the vintage photo, to give it an age look, kind of like a brassy, metallic look, I took vintage photo. It's one of my all-time favorites, and Tim Holtz's blending tool. Now you can blend like swirl, but I wasn't too worried about how much ink I got on here, so I just wasn't worried about starting off the project when you normally blend, you want to start off the project and work on your way in. With these flowers, I didn't really worry about that. I just inked as I went. Now, be careful with this floral. It can be very fragile because of the thin petals. I even had, I'll show you real quick. I had one of these, some of the leaves fell off, and so what I did is I just cut off another one, and I added a little tiny center, and so this will be like on the edge of a layout or something. So anyway, I was just playing with that one. So just got to be a little careful with this floral because it can be a little weak. And then I also went and darkened the edges just a little bit more because you want the edges to be a little bit more shaded and a little bit more details. And with the glimmer mist, these look so metallic, like they had been weathered out in the weather, and Mother Nature had tarnished them. So I really like that effect. And this flower didn't take me very long to make. And then I took the crocodile. I say crocodile. I had to throw that in there for my friend Lynn. To punch the holes in the center. Now with this, you have to kind of be patient, and you kind of got to wiggle. Like with this big flower, I kind of wiggled my way into the center. And I wasn't really worried about getting it dead on center. There. So easy and fun. And once I made one, I couldn't stop. I had to make more. And I bought those fasteners, those hitch fasteners, I don't know, a while back. Didn't know what I was going to use them for. And now I've just, I'm addicted so much to them. I think I might have to buy some more. And then I manipulated my flower before I put it together, just to give it a little bit of texture, a little bit of depth. I bent the petals forward, and then I pinched them at the ends to give them a little bit of height, because this will be the bottom one. And I like to give it a little pinch it so it kind of stands up a little bit. Then the next one I did is this one, and so I just was really careful and I just kind of played with this one a little bit. Before I go on, let's grab our fastener. So we're going to open up this Tim Holtz tool, and they will fall out, so you have to be kind of careful. Alright, so, and here are the fasteners. Looks like a screw with the little ball, like the ball and chain, kind of like the little hitch on the back of a car. So you're going to take the screw one, you're going to place that down on your mat. Then you're going to place this one, this is the easiest way I found. Put that on top, the first big floral. Then you're going to take this one, which is the multi-petals, and just off-center it. So now because my holes aren't perfect, this isn't going to be a perfect fit, like center-wise. But that's okay. And then we're going to take this one, and now we're going to manipulate it and form it and play with it, get it the way we want. Stick that on the center. And this one I tried to not so much off-center it from the many petal flowers, but the bottom one. Alright, one more petal. This one I just flipped it up. And we'll put that one down. Now you take your ball, and it has little threads, and I stuck it right on, held the flower, and twisted it. See how it's doing? I'll pull it up. See how it looks like a screw? And what I did is I held it and screwed it on. So simple. This flower is so easy. Now, be careful not to turn it too tight. Actually, I'm unscrewing it just a bit because I want a little bit of play. Alright. And I never thought I would use these fasteners for this flower, for this die. Never in a million years did I think I would use it. Just yesterday I came up with this technique. I was playing with a friend. We were scrapbooking and played with the flower, and there we go. I should have done a sunflower, not a turquoise one. But look how different. Now this one is wet. Okay, the turquoise is still wet. The vintage photo is still wet, so it looks darker. When it dries, usually it lightens. It will lighten up just a bit, and more of that turquoise will pop out once the vintage photo is dry a little bit. But look at that. Isn't that awesome? I just love it. Sunshine, turquoise, sunshine, vintage photo. Love it. So those are my little gems I made. Thanks for watching.